Hi, my name is Charles, and today we're going to learn about your software settings. Now, because of the wide industry of clients we have, the software has different settings based on how your specific business operates. So go ahead from the main menu, select software settings, and the first page you're going to see is your company's information. And there's the name of the company. The first button here is to change the font, and the other is just for the color. And we use this, that is how it's going to be printed on your invoices. Just stores information, your address, if you have a slogan, your web address, stuff like that, your logo. Simply double click this and it allows you to change your logo. Here's the printer information. If you had 5 computers in your store that you're selling from, then you would want to set this register number 1 to 5, so you can keep a record of which computer entered which sales. Up here it says, what is your default inkjet or laser printer? Our systems are designed to work with 2 types of printers. What we consider an inkjet, or any inkjet laser printer that prints 8.5 by 11 pages. And then we have the 40 column printer that prints small receipts, thermal. And here we would select which printer is our inkjet or laser printer. Ask what is your default fax, and this feature is only available if you have a modem in your computer and a fax software. And you can go ahead and select the fax printer there. Then it asks what is your default PDF printer. Now this feature is also only available if you had Adobe PDF installed, Acrobat Reader, the professional version. And what it allows you to do is actually print invoices to file as opposed to hard copy, and with that hard file version you can email it to others. And it's asked what is your default 40 column one, and we're just going to use the Epson one there. And then here it says what is the default receipt type for all your sales transactions. You got 2 choices, inkjet or laser, or 40 column. So if you put inkjet laser, then it's going to print an 8.5 by 11 sheet for every printout, and this might be a waste depending on the type of business that you run. We normally use just a 40 column one. And then it's what is the default receipt type for all your reprints. We would normally put this to inkjet laser, so if we went back in the system to reprint an invoice, which would most likely be for a corporate client, then it's going to show up on a bigger invoice and it looks more professional. And the last being, what is the default receipt type for all your payments? And pretty much when customers come in to pay amounts on their purchase order accounts, it prints a small receipt for them. Now here the general information gives you some different features. Starting from number 1, it says, do you want the sales rep name on the receipt? We normally don't, but you can have it to where the name is on the receipt or not. Do you want the system to alert you in time to reorder items? Selecting yes, then it would automatically keep track of items that you need that needs to be reordered. It says, do you want to use a password for every sale transaction? What this would do, if we enable this to yes after you run through each sale, then it's going to pop up the password frame asking you to re-enter a password. That's useful when you have multiple employees. How many days after purchase should returns not be allowed? And what's going to happen if you put 30 days, then the system is going to reject any return over 30 days. Do you want to save the customer's personal information? By selecting this and putting no, then you won't have the ability to enter in a customer's name or address, phone number. Everything will be entered as default cash sales. Do you require the employee to log in with the username and password? Normally we don't, but if you have a big organization, then for added security, you can have them select their name from the list and then enter the password, as opposed to just entering the password. Do you want to prevent employees from accessing other features of this computer? Now, this feature is only primarily available in restaurants and other clients that we have where we customize the Windows environment that would prevent users from accessing, the start menu and other features of your regular computer. Here, asking if you want to search for all inventory items. If you're using a touchscreen version of our software and the keyboard is not available, when you're searching for items that do not have a barcode, this will determine if it searches for the ones without a barcode only, or whether it searches for the ones with barcodes and the ones without barcodes. And here it asks if do you want to use shifts. And it says, for example, if your store is open more than 8 hours a day and two employees work using separate floats or separate tills, then you want to enable this shift. Especially if you have one starting at 7 and gets off at 2 and another one starting at 2 getting off at 8, you want to use shifts so that you can record their transactions separately. The software is also equipped with an automatic timer, and at this point at 7 o'clock the software will close automatically. We use these in big organizations that, say that the store is closed at 7 and the computers never turn off. We at least turn the software and log them out at a specific time. So this would be the time, normally an hour after the store closes. And then here it asks, do you want to use the non-inventory feature? Yes or no. And the non-inventory feature is a feature where we allow you to sell items through your system that are not or have not been entered into your inventory. And this could be useful, but then again, it could be very dangerous depending on the type of employees you have. If you have an item that you're not going to be carrying in inventory, then you could just use that feature to sell those items or use items as opposed to entering it in inventory. Here we have the receipt information, and these are the default informations for your receipts, all payments, all charges. Whenever a customer does a charge, it'll print at the bottom receipt, all payments are due within 14 days after purchase. And when they make a payment, it says, thank you for your payment. We appreciate your business. And you can customize this. You can put in any information as you want and just press the save message as you're done. These would be for your services and your contract information if you have the service version of the software. Now, the thought for the day here is pretty much like an automatic reminder, just a little thought that prints on the top of your receipt, and the system would automatically go through each thought for every day. So pretty much we have 3 days of thoughts, and it will rotate these every 3 days, and it just prints that nice little information on your receipt just to give your customers something to read, and you can add more as much as you want. You can add inside there. And that's pretty much it for customizing your software.